Hi everybody, and I was just getting information all through, so just bear with me and thank you for that. Hi, all of you, and let me just go and fetch those slides while everybody comes in. I hope you've all had a wonderful, wonderful day. We've literally got a week left, and it's December the 21st, so hope you're all doing all your stuff, all your things that you wanted to do, allowing yourself time off, doing your manifestations. There we go, that's coming through. Creating your future, because we talked many times now, we are the creators. So we have the 12 strains of the DNA, so that means we can create. And you know, one of the really horrid things I would say about, let's just call it the dark forces, if you want to, they can't manifest. They don't have the 12 strains of DNA, so they manifest through us. So they denature our DNA. All right, and then we end up manifesting because we multiply the distorted DNA for them. All right, so this is really what's been happening to us, and we are moving now into a new era where we are less reliant on rulers and rules. And one of the great things about lockdown and this time astrologically is that the walls have come tumbling down and the truth's out. So this evening we're going to share a little bit of out there stuff and let our imaginations run, and let's be inspired a little bit as well. And what I really urge you to do is go and research. I'm going to say a couple of things, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to, some might resonate with you, some might not. It's perfectly okay. And then go and have a look yourself, because it's really interesting when you have a look at the on-planet activities and the off-planet activities. In other words, the intergalactic activities. So the fact that we have well, alien beings, extraterrestrials around us, in us, not in us, around us, on the earth with us, is many articles written about that, books written about that. I'm going to share just a little bit with you. And yeah, we can also just see, make a little bit more sense of you know, and planetary awareness. And we've talked before, you can either be part of this third dimensional spin, and you can literally post every single post that comes to you and get completely entangled and entwined in it, and basically in a knot, and just remain trapped in this third dimensional space. Or you can actually decide to raise your vibration and evolve out of it. Worstly, you could actually go three-dimensional retrograde and devolve downwards back to two-dimensional space. And I'm not sure too many people would want to do that. So that's more, very much more dense. So here we are. We have this wonderful gift. We have this wonderful opportunity. We can create our future. We can create and decide where we want to be and how we want to live and who we want to be with. And one thing I've realized is that the earth is the earth. So you know, you can continent hop and all that kind of thing, but at the end of the day, you're still on the earth. So that's a good thing in a way, because many people think the grass is greener on the other side, but in fact, actually where they are right now is perfect. So, you know, just think of those aspects as well. And you create your future, you create your present, the present moment, in fact, even, and it's your reality. So you can do that at any one moment in time. You can wake up in the morning and your glass can be half full or half empty. You can wake up in the morning, you can visualize your day, you can visualize your future, you can do your manifestations and live your day in a very light manner as well. You can choose to eat sticky, greasy, dense hamburgers, or you can have salads with seeds and, you know, that kind of thing. You can choose at any one moment let's say your electron density, your electron spin, and this is what it's all about. So again, we have free will. As humans on earth, we have free will, and it's what we decide to do with it, and how we create our future. So I started listening to many of these people that had come to Earth and in physical form, and I learned about people that walk into other people. So they would walk into an existing human body from intergalactical space. I was quite young when I first learned and heard all about this, and understood that some people come from the 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5, 4 to the third dimension. So some people come that way down to help and train and educate and evolve us. And others of us would have come first, second, third, and we're going out to fourth quickly and then into fifth dimension. So there's both ways of looking at it. And who knows, but where did we all come from? So the same person that was speaking about having come from the 12th dimension down was talking about the Syrian stars, talking about the Pleiadian group of stars. And I went straight away and I started researching and Googling and getting books out. And because, I've been on about this turning point since I was about 18. So there I am also learning now a bit about, off-planet stuff. And then there was another influential person who was from the Avarian race, the bird race, which is a big planet outside Saturn. So again, there I was reading and Googling and trying to find out more and more and more about this. And it just, when you quiet and you meditate and you listen to the universal wisdom that comes through, there's lots of it. When you look at the Egyptians, and they're, I think, are really good, close to us right now, closer to us than long ago. You spoke about also very, very intelligent beings that had come not always in exact physical form, or maybe they'd been in physical form and had then become a little bit more in invisible form. And many of the great sages that have come to the earth have actually shown us this. They've shown us their visible and their invisible form. So they taught us, they came to teach us anyway. So we're aware of all of this kind of thing. And when I started putting all this together, I realized that us as an earth, as a planet, and, whether the sun revolves around the earth or the earth around the sun, that's not so important right now in terms of what we're discussing today. But we can't live in isolation. If we're talking quantum, if we're talking Milky Way, if we're talking golden mean spins, we can see it. The galaxies are showing it to us. And so we can't be living in isolation. I don't really believe that's possible. So we've got to be interconnected and interdependent on some level. So there again, I started really Googling and looking, and then became very aware of the dark forces, put it that way. And so those are just forces that have come to disrupt, and they don't have the 12 strains of DNA, which we've talked about. So I started also learning a little bit about what was going on there. And one day, my friend and I drew this. We drew this thing on a on a serviette. We were at a restaurant, and we put this picture as best we could together about the off-planetary dimensional space of certain things, but they looked at their effect on planet. And just interesting to know that most of these, if it's the Syrian planets or the Orion Gateway or the Silver Legions or whatever, they're all, there's in all these different places, you have the very good people, starseeds, but you also get a dark part. So even on Lemuria, there was a very advanced race, but there was a dark space. Atlantis, exactly the same thing. And the dark space, in many instances, caused the Atlantis to sink, caused the end of Lemuria. And so on and so forth. And it could have been by thermonuclear, it could have been by heat, fire, it could have been by water. So we need to be brave and bold enough and stand back and just say, but hold on, let's welcome this bigger space, and let's learn from it and take from it what resonates with us and where we come from and all the rest of it. So I've got one or two slides just to go through, and I've got a very nice video as well. Let me load that so long. because what I've done is I've actually brought the science in as well. Okay, so I'm going to let the science talk, and then we can have a look at, well, who's inhabiting all these places. Let's just add that video. And whoops, I've just lost the WhatsApp connection. Hold on a moment, which I found funny, but anyway. I'm just loading that back on again. I'm going to get the link and load it. And then we're going to look, as I say, scientifically. I just hope it stored the video. Let me just see. Hold on a second. It actually didn't save it. I think I'll just have to find it. Just bear with me a moment. Sorry. It's a very nice video, so I would like to here it is here. It's called the intergalactic scale. Intergalactic scale. And if I come back to us, you'll probably find yourselves going in and out of dimensions right now anyway, because we're ending up slipping in and out of them sometimes quite obviously. And sometimes you think you've lost your train of thought, but actually you went to another dimension and you've come back. So let's have a look at this video. Let's have a look at the science about the intergalactic space, and then we'll have a look at the inhabitants of the various galaxies. It's about 10 minutes, okay?